Hi everyone, this is Ramalinga Prasad Kuppa. Welcome to my channel Pharma World. Today's topic is cleaning validation for dedicated equipment. Cleaning validation is required for both dedicated equipment and multi-purpose usage equipment. In either case, the requirement is that the equipment is adequately cleaned and suitable for manufacture of the next product or batch. The aim of the cleaning validation is to establish that the equipment meets the acceptance criteria for the remnants of previous product or batch. Let us understand the requirements for dedicated equipment cleaning validation requirements. The cleaning validation requirements were discussed in my previous video program for multi-purpose equipment. Let us understand the guideline requirement for equipment cleaning. Section 6.21 of ICH Q7 prescribes if equipment is dedicated to manufacturing one intermediate or API, then individual equipment records are not necessary if batch of the intermediate or API follow in traceable sequence. Since we are discussing about cleaning of dedicated process equipment, let us consider this 6.21 section of ICH Q7. The entire equipment train may be considered as one unit for cleaning. In cases where dedicated equipment is employed, the records of cleaning, maintenance, and use can be part of the batch record or maintained separately. So, cleaning and maintenance can be part of the batch record. In some cases, the records may be maintained separately. 21 CFR Part 211.182 Equipment Cleaning and Use Log also prescribes similar requirements. This section of 21 CFR also prescribes similar information for manufacture of drug products. Let us see the validation requirements. Cleaning validation for dedicated equipment is also important as that of the cleaning of multi-purpose equipment. Refer 12.70 of ICH Q7. This section 12.70 says cleaning procedures should normally be validated. So it is necessary to carry out cleaning validation for dedicated equipment also. The guideline also says, in general, cleaning validation should be directed to situations or process steps where contamination or carryover of material poses the greatest risk to API quality. The guideline further states that in early production, it may be unnecessary to validate equipment cleaning procedures where residues are removed by subsequent purification steps. Conceptually, multi-purpose equipment cleaning focuses on remnants of the previous product, whereas for dedicated equipment cleaning focuses on residues of previous batch of same product. Focus in both the cases is estimation of residues of previous product or batch and the impurities generated during the process to control the impurities within the acceptable criteria. In either case, remnants of the previous product or batch and its potential impurities should be controlled within the specification limits. So this is the point to note. Complexity of impurities is more in multi-purpose use equipment relative to dedicated equipment usage. Data should be collected from several batches and evaluated individually for any potential impurities beyond acceptance criteria. This is important step for cleaning validation strategy and schedules. The data should be evaluated statistically for trends. X bar chart or moving range chart data are very useful tools for getting correct trending of impurities. Linear regression analysis is a good tool to estimate reasonable impurity levels over a period. This data would support on how long the campaign could run before full cleaning of the equipment. Contact surface area of each equipment, equipment complexity in terms of cleanability, accessibility should be taken into consideration for the validation program. That means risk assessment should be done. A detailed risk assessment focusing on all these aspects would help in achieving a comprehensive report on designing the strategy on cleaning validation. ICH Q9 will be of great help to assess the risk. The validation program matrix should focus evaluation on levels of previous batch traces and potential impurities generated by the previous batch traces. The risk assessment report would help to get good detailed information on these two aspects. Levels of remnants of previous batch may be more from one batch to the other, provided that the levels of individual impurities of the remnants should not significantly exceed the acceptance criteria. The validation protocol should be detailed enough on the conditions of campaign cleaning of equipment based on the data available as prescribed in the previous slide. The campaign run may be decided. It can be number of batches or specific time period if it is a continuous process of manufacturing of several batches one after the other. There should be a provision in the policy on handling of infrequently used dedicated equipment. This is important. The infrequently used equipment may be getting accumulation of remnants of previous batch to lesser extent. So cleaning validation strategy may be designed differently to take into consideration the number of batches produced in that equipment. There should be minimum of 3 consecutive runs for cleaning validation program. This is a statistical requirement. If you consider consistency represented as a straight line on a graphical representation, any two data points could be connected through a single line. Unless three results on a graph when plotted or on the straight line, consistency of the process cannot be established. The number of batches for validation could be more than 3, but all the data points should be on the straight line. I hope that this point is understood well. Changeover to other products from dedicated processes to other multipurpose products should be handled as in multipurpose equipment cleaning. Obviously, whenever there is a change to another process or product, it is necessary to carry out cleaning validation with multi-purpose equipment cleaning strategy. Validation program should include dirty hole time DHT and clean hole time CHT. The purpose of including DHT is to establish how the levels of impurities might increase when the equipment is left uncleaned for longer periods. Similarly, the CHT is also to establish that the equipment is still clean for the period it was held in cleaned status. Full cleaning or partial cleaning, batch to batch aspects should be addressed in validation program. Acceptance criteria for release of equipment cleaning for next batch may vary in these two cases. Visibly clean may be adequate to release the equipment for manufacture of next batch if there are no increase in the impurity levels beyond specifications. Based on the data evaluation over a period and the risk assessment, the campaign schedule may be established. So there should be a clear policy in cleaning validation program on partial routine batch to batch cleaning and a complete cleaning of the entire equipment train as per schedule. Complete cleaning should have a provision to disassemble the entire train and clean. This is done for the COP equipment, clean out of place equipment. There should be a detailed cleaning procedure for CIP, that is clean in place equipment train, which cannot be disassembled. If water is used as final solvent to release the equipment for next usage, microbiological evaluation is also necessary. This is important. There is a potential for growth of bioburden in the equipment. Any traces of water present for more than 24 hours, the microbes grow. The equipment that is rinsed with water as a final step should be dried immediately. Revalidation or verification should also be part of cleaning validation program. Verification may be acceptable as long as there was no obvious wear and tear on the equipment. If there were major changes in the equipment train, it is always required to revalidate the cleaning process. Depending upon the criticality of the equipment, limited validation may be satisfactory, but the strategy of limited validation should be detailed adequately in scientific way in the validation protocol. The other important points to note are as follows. The analytical methods should be validated to capture a minimum of LOD and LOQ because low levels of impurities are expected to be estimated. This is important since the impurities are being evaluated at a very low levels. The LOD and LOQ values are important in addition to the other analytical method validation parameters. I hope that this brief insight into the cleaning validation concepts is useful. Check whether or not all these aspects are incorporated comprehensively into your cleaning validation strategy. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please do subscribe, like, and share. Also, please leave a message in the comments box for any further support. Thank you.